Hi, guys. I'm not sure if anybody is here yet. We'll give it a few minutes and then we can kind of take a look and I'll talk about some of the market changes that we've been seeing. Let me see if I can say something. Okay, well, we're here about 30 seconds in and nobody's joined us yet, but I'm sure somebody's going to soon. Anyways, my name is Michelle Williams. I am a girl, her burners, and real estate. And of course, the phone is going to ring as soon as I start this. Um, going to talk about a little bit of what's happening in the real estate market and the financial markets today. And so the GDP numbers came out this morning and it's a decrease. So we're in the second quarter of the year with a decrease in gross domestic product, which basically means, in technical terms, that we have entered into a recession or that we are already in a recession. However, this is going to be the most interesting recession or recessionist numbers that we've probably seen in a long time. Part of this is because um, while a recession is 2 quarters of lower GDP, um, our economy is still going really strong. People are still going out to dinner. People are still spending money. It's an interesting thing of what we're spending money on. So appliances have dropped. So we've decreased how many appliances we're buying in the last couple of months by about 4%, but we're still eating out. We're still making jobs. So our job economy, we're holding steady at about 3.6% unemployment rate. And last month we made like 400,000 new jobs. So normally when we say we're going to have a recession, you think like 2007 through 2009, people were losing their jobs. Everything was kind of really going south. It was people's credits were really going south. Everything was just hurting a lot. Well, right now we're still there's two jobs out there for every unemployed person. So if every unemployed person went out and got a job today, we would still have jobs for them. Um, and so it just tells you that the US economy is growing and we literally still have a shortage of workers. I live in a small town in Colorado, and every restaurant has a sign, help wanted, the dollar store, help wanted, the grocery store, help wanted. Everywhere we're looking, it does say that people are still looking for workers, and we just don't have enough, or we don't have enough people that feel the need that they need to work right now. Um, so it's an interesting time. So we have this second quarter. The first quarter we had a lower GDP. The second quarter now it's 0.09 of a decrease. It's not a huge decrease, but it does mean technically that we are in a recession. But what does this mean for real estate? So for real estate, June was kind of a slow month. Like the real estate market really slowed down. I've talked to a lender friend of mine, and he said, he was really unprepared for June, how slow it was. But after July 4th, his phones have picked up. And so he is right back to where he was before. Um, this morning we were looking at interest rates. And so right now the Fed is raising the interest rates again. It's another 0.75. Um, but that's the short term interest rate. So this is going to affect like your credit cards and things like this. But it's actually doing good for long term rates, hence a mortgage. So mortgage rates were around 6.68%. And this morning we are at between 5 and 6%. One of our clients just got a rate at 4.80. Um, CHAPA, which is in Colorado, the Colorado Housing and Finance Authority, they help people that don't have the money for a down payment, but they qualify to buy a house. They can afford a house payment. They just don't have their down payment. In January, the CHFA rate was 5.3 or 3.25%. So that locked in your interest rate at 3.25%. Um, that rate had gone up, and as of right now, it is at 5.75. Sounds still really high for those people that are looking to buy a home. But one of the things that we're saying is back in January and February, even March and April, and still some areas now, there's still some markets that are really tight. There were three or four offers easy on a property that was just on the market. There were bidding wars on it. The people that could afford to pay more than the house was worth are the ones that were winning those homes, um, because the market was so hot. So while the market is not as hot, um, and the people that are not able to buy are the ones that maybe they were approved for 300,000, and now with the interest rate they can afford $240,000 homes. So trying to find a $240,000 home is kind of difficult for that segment of the population. But what we're finding now is that people that are still qualified to buy a home, that have their down payment, that don't need a down payment assistance, or that they have a really great credit score, are actually able to get at 5% or about there. Um, and the good news is the market has cooled off a little. And so while we may not have multiple offers on every property, we are still having some properties, those exceptional properties are always going to be a hot commodity. Um, but now people are being able to find a home and not have to like be trying to beat out 30 or 40 other buyers looking for a home. So it's kind of an exciting time, come down a little bit in price. They couldn't continue to go up 15% a year every year, which is what had been happening, which really was just crazy. But homes have not come down what people are thinking. I heard it the other day. Well, I'm waiting for the market to crash so I can get a $500,000 property for 250. We're not seeing that, and it doesn't look like with our economy, even if we technically are in a recession, that we're going to see that type of a decrease. Um, what's going to happen is somebody that sees a $500,000 home and puts an offer in at 475 and gets it is going to be enjoying that home, while that person that's waiting for that market to crash is still going to be waiting, and next year that price is still going to be higher. So what I'm telling people when they ask me like how are the rates, I'm like, just right now, what you want to look at is the property, what it is for you. You marry the property, you date the rate. Um, I do believe that within a year or two, they will have to lower the rates again. And that's a perfect time for people to be able to refinance. And so we can only hope that this gives people that couldn't compete in that higher hot market a chance to be able to find a home and buy a home and start building equity for themselves. Um, if you have any questions on, real estate, and I sell real estate in all of Southern Colorado, please give me a call or just shoot me a message, and I look forward to speaking to you. Probably the most interesting time that I don't believe that the recession is going to be anything like '07, '08, '09. Clearly, it's not going to be like 1970, 1980. And so I think this one is not going to be horrible. And we do still have enough jobs right now to really put everybody back to work. Um, and so we'll see. But, that discretionary spending is still happening. People are going out to dinners. It's interesting. I looked at the report this morning, and people are still flying. So vacations and going on trips are something that we're still doing. And but we're not buying as many appliances. Well, maybe that's because the last 2 years we bought every appliance, and now they're in short supply. I know my daughter had bought a house and they had to wait until August 10th for their dryer to be delivered because they just didn't have one. Um, so, is it that the people really aren't buying, or is it because there's a lack of supply and that's kind of slowing things down? So we'll see how this all, comes out. And I'm just kind of curious to see where we all go from here. And if you have any questions, I look forward to talking to you. Thanks so much. Yeah, guys, have a great day. Bye.